everybody, party people. Welcome back to a new episode of FanGirl Talk hosted by me, Allie. In today's episode of the podcast, I'm talking with Taylor about Season 1, Episode 2 of Julie and the Phantoms. We also talk about me fangirling over Taylor and her character Cameron, which some of you might know her as. We also talk about Reggie, Sasha, and so much more. So stay tuned to hear us discuss.
Hi.
If you want to start, we can go ahead and start with one of your scenes that you want to talk about.
Okay. Alright, so I'm trying to think. Personally, I like the beach scene a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, because, like, you kind of learn just a little bit about the boys, like, on a deeper level, like, where you find out, like, Alex is gay right there, and, like, you find out that Reggie had, like, issues with his parents, and, like, even Luke had issues with his parents, which obviously goes into episode 8.
Yeah.
But, like, it was just, like, it's kind of cool to, like, understand them on a different level, because, like, you only get to see them for the first episode on the Now or Never scene, and, like, when they're leaving, and then I always made a joke with my friends because I was like, you know, it's funny. I was like, all those people outside are like fake fans because Reggie handed them a T-shirt and they didn't know until like they read the shirt and they were like, oh my God, Reggie. And I was like, fake. I was like, that is fake.
That is so funny. I didn't even think about that. I did notice that when he gave them the shirt though, that they were like, oh my God, that's Reggie.
I know, but I was like, how could you not know that when he's gifting the
It's so
shirt?
funny. Yeah. That's hilarious. Personally, when I first started watching it, I didn't love the beach scene. But, like, now, after watching it and, like, you know, getting to know all of their stories and stuff, it is, like, one of those scenes where we do learn about all of them. And it's just, like, the song, I know people have talked about it, but, like, it reminds them of The Boys Are Back from High School Musical.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I love that one, but... Originally, it wasn't one of my favorites. Now, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, episode 2 is kind of, I think it's like my favorite episode.
Mm-hmm.
Only because of the reason solely that when I watched the show the first time, the first episode, I liked it, but I was like, I'm not really sure how I'm going to like the show because personally, I don't like musicals. Like, musicals aren't really my thing. So, like, but I was like, I like High School Musical, so, like, there's no way I don't like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, if I watched, like, The Prom or, like, Mamma Mia, like, I actually have to, like, pause it after, like, 10 minutes and do something and then come back to it. For me, it's just, like, too much.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I like the first one, because, like, Now or Never was, like, a great opening, and then Wake Up happened, and I was like... Oh, okay, but, like, for some reason, Bright, it, like, clicked in my brain, like, that was, like, the show, and I was like, okay, now I gotta watch the whole thing, and I did, but, like, Bright was, like, that one episode where I was just like, I have to watch the whole thing now, like, I have to, literally have to, and, like, I mean, I'm glad I did, but, like, I did it at, like, 2 a.m., so that, and I had, like, school the next day, and also I was like, when I get home, I'm gonna have to rewatch it, because I was, like, half tired.
Yeah. Oh... Well, I love that because for me it was completely different because, yeah, like musicals, the same thing with me. I don't particularly love them. Like, I can watch High School Musical. What happened?
It's like Broadway shows are different because if you go there, you're there in front of you and it's like, oh my God. But, like, for movie-wise, it's like, it's for some reason, like, difficult for my brain to, like...
Continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's weird. The only, like, musicals I've watched is, like, High School Musical and, like, really old ones. But I can't watch, like, the newer ones. They're just, I don't know. It's not my thing. But I was like, let me just give this a chance. I was like, I'm sure I'll like it. And I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I do. So I'm, like, surprised at how much I do. Because this is, like, now my favorite show. So, yeah.
It's actually, like, I didn't expect the show to, like, have any type of impact on my life at all, because it's weird, because I was looking at my TikToks, like, older, and, like, I almost stopped doing TikTok completely, because, like, I didn't have any fun making them anymore, because it was just like they were the same dances, they weren't anything fun. And it was funny because when I first started the show, like the next day after I watched it, I like hinted it in one of my TikToks. So are you guys watching any new Netflix shows? And then I was like, did anyone watch Julie and the Phantoms? Because like I'm just curious, because like I was trying to see, because like I didn't want to like, because you know, like I know a bunch of people from like my school even follow my TikTok. So like I was like nervous a little bit, because I was like, not that I care what you think, but like I don't know, is this gonna be like a thing, like where like kid show, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, that, and then I realized I never got to see the other side of Hollywood, like the dance on TikTok, and I was like, see, now I really got to do that. I was like, because if no one's done it, like that could be something fun. And the video didn't even go viral for like a whole day, and then it started like going up the next day, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're like late here, but okay.
That's actually one of the first videos I saw of you, but like again, it was dancing, and I was like, oh, I like her, but like I wasn't like interested like that. Like I followed you, but you know, it wasn't like, oh, you know, I can't do the dances, so I'm not gonna like follow you for the dances. But like I was like, oh, I like her, so I'm gonna follow her. So I followed you, but then like what got me was Cameron.
Oh my god. My friend Riley, she forced me to post that because I was not going to do it. Like, I was not going to do it because I was like, Riley, this seems so stupid. And she was like, no, you better post it.
Literally not. Bro, I love it so much. Like, you have no idea. It's insane. Because you know I'm always on your lives, too, like, talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, in the comments, it's crazy how, like, I think I was there from, like, the first episode I watched it. Because I remember people were like, oh, where's part 2? Is there a part 2? And then you were like, yeah, part 2 coming tomorrow. And I was like, tomorrow?
I started doing them every single day.
It was insane.
I got so much. And all of a sudden, because the problem is when I made that video, one, I was not expecting that many people to like it. I wasn't expecting anyone to want a part 2. And, like, the thing was, though, is I didn't have a part 2 in mind. Like, it wasn't like I had a whole storyline and I started the parts. Like, it was single day I was coming up with something as quick as I could. So then, like, but after a while, you know, like, people end up getting writer's block. But the thing is that, like, if I was doing it every day, all of a sudden I would, like, hit that spot and I'd be like, oh my god, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. So then I started, like, taking more time, and I started posting, I think I post my series once a week or so now.
Yeah.
I'm not even, or I post, like, maybe 2 a week, but because now I try to, like, I don't want to post something that's, like, not good just because I'm trying to post something. Because then that's not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be happy about it, and then if I'm not happy about it, no one else is going to be happy about it. So, like, I try my best with that. But Cameron, it was funny because when I first wanted to do it, I was like, maybe I'll do, like, Alex's sister, and then it can be something, like, funny because, you know, if she's, like, a dancer for Carrie, like, that's funny. But the name is cute. Cameron Boys, you know?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, what? Oh my god.
Yeah, so like I was like, you know what? I was like, there's Luke, Carlos. I was like, you know what? There's Cameron. I was like, because maybe people will pick up on that, maybe some won't. Like, you know? So I was like, I figured it would be like a cute thing.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was like, maybe it would be like Alex's sister. And then I thought, like, well, because Reggie doesn't have any love interest at all. So then I was like that was the. But then the more comments I kept getting, where I was like, you look like Jeremy Kennedy, you look like Carolyn. And I'm like, well, I can't do it. I was like, I'm gonna feel weird about it. I was like, I can't. I was like, it's just not gonna happen. I was like, so I'll just be. I was like, maybe I'll shift the story into like Reggie's sister, but like it actually worked a lot better for me. So, you know, but yeah, no, It was just like a funny thing though, because I didn't expect, because I did like 3 different versions of like the first video, like without the green screen, without the videos, like it was just like in my head, and then I was like, oh, like maybe this. My friend was like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that one. And then all of a sudden I was like, hold up, like let me sit down. I was like, let me get videos that are actually good, and like let me try. And then I was so nervous when I posted, and then all of a sudden my friend was like, Taylor, your likes are going like really high. And I was like, what?
Yeah, no, it's insane. Because, like, the story that you have created, now watching the show, it feels weird that she's not in it. And I'm like, this is weird. Like, your story, like, it feels natural. It's not like something that you're forced, you know? That's what I really like about it. And I think that's what people like about it, that it doesn't feel forced. It's like, oh, Luke has another girlfriend, you know, like, you know, something like that. So I think that's why a lot of people have fallen in love with it, because it feels natural, like something they would do. Now, obviously, they can't, because otherwise they'd be stealing your story. But, you know, yeah. I think that's why a lot of people have fallen in love with it. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about Cameron, because I was like, I love Cameron so much. Her and Reggie, her and Ray, her and like, everything. I love her so much.
Well, my friend also told me, and, like, I still get this comment all the time, because, like, my friends always make fun of the fact, because they're like, Taylor, the way you talk and, like, the things you say, it just sounds like Reggie. And I was like, I came before this man's. I was like, I'm going to come before Reggie. And my friend was like, they literally took you and made him into a male character in a show, because I was like, in the show, I was a Reggie sim from Now or Never. Like, the second bouncing, I was like, I like that one. And then, like, when you look up the actors, like, he's married. Nope. I was like, I can see the character. I was like, he's married. And I love Carolyn. So, but it was so funny to me, because my friend was like, of course you would like him, you narcissist. And I was like, what? I was like, what does that even mean? I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, actually, you do always like the dorks of the shows. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
Oh, no, that's cute. I originally liked Alex a lot from the beginning, and then when I found out he was gay, I was like, my bad, but, like, I still love you. Yeah. And then, like, now it's all about Luke, so, like, of course. But, like, Reggie, I love Reggie as well, too. Like, when I found out that Jeremy was Finn from Adventure Time, I was like, how did I never know this? Like, he was literally my childhood. This is insane.
I used to watch Adventure Time when I was little,
and
my mom ended up banning me from watching it. Because, like, I mean, let's be honest, some of the episodes are a little bit more questionable. Like, some of them. There's a little bit, like, of course, I had it on TV when I was playing with my mom, because, like, I was little, so, like, I was, like, playing, I was, like, but it was funny, because it was that bad that, like, in my head, all I knew in that moment was, like, please don't make my mom turn around and, like, look at the TV, because I knew she would, like, say something about it. And then she was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, what? I don't see nothing. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So, like, I cried for, like, a week. And then it's funny, because now I started rewatching it, because, like, I'm also I can, and I keep forgetting that I can. But, yeah.
Yeah, I recently rewatched it, because it, like, all the seasons are on Hulu, I think. So I rewatched the entire show again, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this show so much. It's insane.
Sorry, I vaguely, and it's weird, but, like, I vaguely remember Incredible Crew. Like, so weird, but, like, I heard, like, you know, there's, like, the Running Errands with My Mom song, but it was weird, because the time I heard it, I caught myself lip-syncing to it, and I was like, how the hell do I possibly know this? Like, how could I possibly know this? And it was funny, because when I was looking at it, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I actually remember watching this show when it was on. Like, it would, like, I never was like, ooh, let me go watch Incredible Crew, but I was always like, if it's on, it's on, you know what I mean? It was so weird, though, because I was like, wow, I was like, that was like a memory in my brain I just didn't know I had, but okay. I was like, okay.
But anyways, so we were talking about Reggie's family and Alex's family, well, his parents. That part was a little hard, because, like, for a lot of people, this show, they can relate to a lot of the things that happen. And that's also, that's also why I feel like a lot of people have come back and rewatch the show, because they can relate to a lot of the characters and a lot of things that they have gone through. So I think them including, you know, Luke saying, oh, like, you're gay, like, straight up, you're gay, and your parents, you know, were never okay with that. Like, I thought that was such an important part about the show.
Yeah, because it wasn't like they were trying to beat around the bush. It was just like, Alex never cool after they told, like, Anthony told them that you were gay, and it was like, everyone was like, oh. Like, because it's funny, because I thought that maybe he was in the first episode. like when it started going on, because like I was like, maybe I was like, I don't know. I was like, I mean, I still love you, but like I was like, I think he might be. And then when like Luke just outed it, like completely said it, and I was like, okay. I was like, there's no beat around the bush. Just out to your day, and it's like, okay, like I like that because I feel like there isn't a lot of like shows that just do that. It's kind of like a beat around the bush type of situation where it's like they don't know how to say it and like they just keep hinting at it, and it's just like it's nicer when you just say it. Like just say it,
or even when they have characters have to come out like a full story of them coming out, and it's like no, he's out and he's proud.
Like he's there, like. You know what I mean? But, like, I just thought that was, like, a really, like, big moment. Because, like, I mean, it made my eyes go, like, oh, my God. Like, because there was no, like, Alex, after you told your parents that, like, it wasn't, like, a sensitive thing. It was just, like, we're friends. And, like, that's how friends, like, talk to each other. And, like, it was just, like, that's how you know that they were that close to each other. Is just from how they, like, spoke to each other about, like, their situations with family and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they definitely talked about that. Like, I'm sure Reggie hung out with them, and like his parents weren't being like distant, like, and you know when Alex probably had issues with his parents, like I'm sure they all like band together in that studio. And I still don't know whose studio that is. That's just me.
Sweet. So I had a theory. I haven't seen it that much, but my theory is that it's Bobby's old house.
I think it's Bobby's old house.
Yeah, because okay, we've been to Luke's house. Why would we hang out at Alex's parents' house? And Reggie's house is a pizza shop. Not a pizza shop. Oh my God. It's a bike shack. So, like, it makes sense. It would make sense that it's Bobby's old house. And then, like, obviously him and Rose, I feel like, stayed close. And then something happened. And then when he got, like, more money and rich or whatever, maybe he gave or sold the house to Rose. That's what I think happened.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. Just because, like, there's no way that could be, like, coincidence. Like, hey, you bought a house that has, like, all of their stuff in it. Like,
exactly.
I mean, see, my thing is I always think it's weird how Bobby was so cool with taking their songs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really bizarre because, like, I don't know, like, if I was in, like, a band who, like, they were all, like, my family, like, if they all died, I don't even know how I'd be able to, like, play again. Like, you know, just be like, oh, my God. Or, like, at least, like, play and then say, like, me and my friends wrote this. We were supposed to be legends. And then, like, produce it. But, like, the fact that he didn't give them any credit, and I think it's funny how the studio... It's weird because I think if he wanted to, he could have easily cleaned that out a long time ago, but he didn't. So I think he was just as, like, screwed up as, like, Julie was when her mom was gone. Like, Julie didn't want to go back in there, but, like, I don't think he wanted to go back in there either because that's where they used to practice.
Yeah.
But, like, weird how, like, everything was still there. Like, that's weird. Like, so you obviously cared enough to, like...
Not move their things. But didn't care enough. Yeah, that's weird. I didn't think about that because I have heard, like, another theory that's, like, he probably had something to do with their death.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't think about, like, him caring enough to not move their things.
I think something had to do with not Caleb, but in Nothing to Lose, you know how he said, a wise man said, like, Covington, I've got an offer that you can't refuse?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that got wrapped into the Hollywood Ghost Club, but there has to be someone before that, and I think that someone before that might have tricked Bobby into something, because here's my thing. I don't believe the hot dogs thing, only because, you know how many people were eating hot dogs?
Yeah.
A lot of people, and, like, and I think Charlie said in, like, a question thing once that they all died too. But, like, there was only one ambulance that came. Okay, there was only one ambulance that came. And two, that hot dog shop had to have been open, like, all day.
Yeah.
Like, it just would have been open all day. And, like, for it not to have, like... I feel like it just would have been a bigger production. Like, I think something was in their waters from after when they played.
Oh.
And then it's after they ate the hot dogs.
Yeah.
But then it was a kid's show, so I really think that something like that.
Yeah.
You know?
No, yeah. Because it's like, it is a kid's show, so I feel like they did put some things in there for us to analyze, but I don't know if they would have done that much work.
Oh, I know, literally. Like, everyone, like, has, like, their own, like, analysis. Like, I got, and, like, just not, I don't, well, maybe? Oh,
I don't know, but, yeah, but it's interesting to think about all of this. Like, it's just insane.
Because we need a season 2, and
yes.
without it, we're all, like, making our own in our head, which is why I even brought up my own series on TikTok, because I just needed, like, something else. Like, I just needed more, and you're taking too long. You're taking way too long. That's the season.
Oh my god. I don't know. Like, if we don't get a season 2, that...
Oh, we don't.
God.
Have to. We literally have to.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like, why wouldn't we? Like, they know how popular it is.
Oh, 100%.
So, I don't know.
I think almost all of the cast is at, like, 1 million, and, like...
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like Netflix doesn't post about them, because they do.
Yeah.
And, like, Julie and the Phantoms, like, still gets, like, on, like, high ranks for, like, a bunch of stuff. So, like, I can't see them not doing it. I think, me and my friend actually told each other this, because we both felt the same way. Like, we both think that, like, they know that without a season 2, people are creating more content because they want a season 2, so it's promoting it in a way. So then they might be, like, nervous, like, if we get a season 2, is it going to be, like, a big, like, hype thing, and then it's just going to go down because everyone knows now we have it. Like, which, I mean, I get in a sense, but, like, just tell us.
That's true. Yeah. I could see that. Them doing that for marketing reasons, but that's what's fucked up, so, you know.
It's so fucked up, man.
Yeah. Well, I hope we do get one.
Oh, yeah.
Another season. Or, I don't know, I don't remember who it was, but I talked to somebody and they said that I think Kenny signed a 5-year contract with Netflix, so that should help us with
unless Kenny decides to produce like 5 different shows. Just
oh no. Hopefully we do. I don't know if you've heard the theory that Luke and Alex were a thing.
Yeah.
Do you?
Okay. I can definitely see it, only because of the how. Because the reason why I genuinely, it wasn't like the hand thing, because like sometimes that's like that can be like a normal thing.
Yeah.
But what got where I was like, maybe that's true, is when like he went up to Alex in the Hollywood Ghost Club and he was like, Willie's got a crush on you. He kept trying to say like no, and he was like, Alex, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
And he did like the head nod, and I was like, that. Why would like Alex need your confirmation on that? Like, no offense, but like if my friend told me like, ooh, this guy had a crush on me, I'd be like yeah, or like no, like, you know, but like they would be like, I'm happy for you, like
that'd be that's what I said. I was like, that's my best friend, and he's telling like, no, there's something more.
He was saying it in a different tone, like the way he said it just sounded off, and I was like, something had to have happened in the past, because that was like a weird way of saying like I was like, well, I'm happy for you, like it was like, I'm happy for you, and I was like, what's with the head nod? Oh, it's like, what is with that head, like
no, the way he said it.
Yeah, it was just weird, and then it was funny because I didn't even notice the hand thing at first until like a bunch of videos on it, and then like when I read back and rewatched, I think for like the 4th time, then I was like, oh my god, I was like, how did I not know this? And then I was like, so then it's kind of just like there. It's like kind of see, like you can see it. And I think Charlie actually said that they did, but I don't know if we go based off of Charles. But you know. Yeah.
And then at the end of Stand Tall, where they do the hand thing, I think it was the behind the scenes that Paul posted, and he was saying, I don't remember who said it, but I think Charlie talked about it. And he was saying that Kenny was like, oh, you guys hold hands. And he's like, oh, I thought we were all going to hold hands. And then when he watched it, he was like, oh, no, it was just me and Owen holding hands.
Well, because, like, I mean, I thought it was kind of funny, too, because when my friend was like, I'm surprised that now it's like, I don't understand how they're supposed to be holograms and they're holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is no question that? Because, like, that would be, like, if I was at a concert and I saw, like, two holograms holding each other's hand, I'd be like, how is that even a thing?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
What is
Mm-hmm. But, and then based on that, I believe that Luke wrote Bright for Alex.
I heard that theory.
Yeah.
I could see it. I could definitely see it. Yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that, especially with, like, it was funny because when Julie first started playing Bright, you could see, like, he was, like, kind of, like, lip-syncing a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was getting into it. Or, I always thought it was funny when he was like, you got this. And I was like, okay, like, period, king. Like, yeah, you tell her.
Yeah.
But, yeah. No, it was funny. I did not, like, when I first heard Wow, I did not like the song at all.
Same. Literally.
I didn't like the Candy song at all. And then it was funny because I kept listening to the soundtrack, like, over and over again, obviously. And, like, my friend was like, Carrie songs are such bops. And I was like, what? I was like, no, they're not. And then it was funny, my friend was like, could you at least give them a chance? And I was like, all right, fine. Like, I'll admit, like, All Eyes on Me isn't terrible.
Yeah.
I was like, but Black is just not my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I give you about, like, a week. And then, like, a week into it, when I started listening to them more often, all of a sudden I was like, okay. Like, and it was funny because I think it's just because I didn't like Carrie as, like, a character.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved Savannah, so I was like, let me just like re-listen. And then, but, like, it's funny because, like, your mood definitely does change depending on how you feel about, like, the character. Because, like, if Carrie was nice, like, I probably would have liked Val off the bat. I probably would have been like, okay, but, like, it was just because she's such a bitch, and I was like, oh my god.
That is so true. Yeah, Wow wasn't one of my favorite songs either, but, like, now I love it. I have never skipped it.
Like, doing the dance and stuff, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. And then, like, the fact that we can see them, like, performing it in our heads, just, like, it makes you want to do the exact same thing.
Literally, it makes me want to buy, like, some glitter outfit and, like, just start.
It's so funny. But, yeah, the same thing. Like, I was like, Carrie is such a bitch. But, like, I gotta give her props. Like, she's a good performer, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like, it's funny. My friend actually came up with a theory, my friend Riley, and, like, this theory actually made me, like, rethink all of my choices. Because she said, you know, there's obviously the theory with perfect harmony, where, like, Luke finds it in the box, and, like, it's such a romantic, like, it's just, like, that play-on thing. But then my friend Riley said, she said, what if Carrie stole Perfect Harmony and then performed it in a faster version like Sharpay did?
Oh my god.
And I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. I was like, you're giving me a lot here. Like, a lot here. I was like, I don't know if I can, like, process all that. And I was, like, sitting there, and I was like, oh my god, like, but I can see it, though. Like, instead of, like, whoa, it's like, whoa, and it's, like, something, not, like, but, like, you get the point. But, like, that literally made me rethink everything, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I'm hoping Carrie's better than her dad.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. But the thing I liked is that we got to see Carrie, like, literally develop so much between episode 1 and the last episode. Like, I was...
Yes. And I was like, okay, so season 2, she's gonna have, like, a weird character change type of situation. Like, she has to. Like, it's gonna be something, like, it's just gonna be something nice. Like, I personally feel like she's gonna be the one that ends up exposing her dad. Because I think, you know, if you're a kid and, like, all your life he's, like, comparing you to Julie, and, like, you're just trying to basically, like, outshine it all the time, like, she's always trying to, like, prove herself because her dad's this big star, but if she finds out it's all a lie anyway, she's gonna be like, well, then screw you. Like, then why are you always, like, on my ass? Like, you know what I mean? I think that would be really sick if Carrie was the one to expose them.
I hope she does. That would be everything. Oh, have you seen the, like, whenever somebody walks through them, or whenever they walk through somebody, that they can, like, feel them or whatever, like, feel their energy? Because, like, when Ray walked through Reggie, he was like, somehow I can feel that this is a good man.
Yeah, literally. It was funny. For the longest time, I was so lost in the show. Like, my friend actually, like, felt bad for me because she was like, I don't know what's going on with your brain. Because I thought in the first episode, I thought that they time traveled. Like, I didn't get the whole ambulance they died situation.
Oh my god.
Because I was sitting there and Reggie was like, I used to not think, like, when they brought up the witches, and he was like, well, I used to think there was no such thing as ghosts, and I was like, damn, they saw a ghost? And, like, it just still didn't register in my brain until, like, Alex was like, she's not getting it. We're ghosts. And I was like, oh my god, the ambulance. I was like, what did I think that was for? Like, I don't even understand.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But, like, I was so lost. And then with the whole Ray thing, I thought Ray was Bobby.
Oh,
Because when to be fair, when he was talking about his photo shoot, it made him sound famous. So I was
I could see that though, yeah.
I was like, oh my god. I was like, and it was funny because then when he came into, like, the back to hear the song that was playing, or whatever, all of a sudden he was like, oh, I like that song. And I was like, you probably recognize it, bitch. And, like, that's not Bobby's fault. And then I was like,
wrong person. It's like, you had the right idea, Taylor, but wrong person.
Oh, yeah, literally. Although I do wonder what that song was.
It was probably another one that they didn't release.
Right, but, like, was that, like, the beginning of My Name is Luke, or, like, Crooked Teeth?
Stop. I need to hear that song.
I need to hear Crooked Teeth because I need to know how they made a punk rock song named Crooked Teeth, but they made the lyrics make Reggie think it was about Alex, but it was about him. So, like, what the hell were those lyrics?
I don't know, but I really, I want to hear those songs.
I gotta hear it. But, like, no, the whole thing with the people walking through people, like, because, like, it happened again in that episode, too, when, like, Luke went through Julie at the fridge. Well, Julie went through Luke, and then you could see him, like, smile a little bit before walking, and I was like, sir, like, hold up. But the funny thing is I also said, like, you see Alex walk through Carrie, like, you know, clearly during All Eyes on Me, like, it happened, but, like, he was so, like, energized, like, is that the type of, like, energy she was giving off? Like, it made him, like, more excited and stuff, that he was just like, you know, I gotta keep dancing, and he was like, oh, make me blush, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I talked about it with somebody, and I was like, maybe he just got, like, more sassy, like, you know, he's Alex, so.
It made him want to dance more.
So walking through Carrie, like, I feel like he just got a little bit more sass, but, you know, they're kind of the same, so we couldn't see, like, a huge change, like, oh, I can feel, you know, but, like, she was in performing mode, so I think that's why.
True. Very true. But, yeah, I don't know, it's so crazy, though, because I do like that theory, because, I mean, it makes sense, and, like, but, like, I also think walking through people has an effect on the person. If you notice, when, like, Reggie had that whole thing with Ray, you see, like, Ray kind of, like, scrunch up a little bit. Like, he was like, oh, like, what the hell was that? Like, so, like, it makes me wonder, because then, like, when Julie went through Luke, even she paused after she went through him, and she was like...
Like, what was that?
Yeah, like, well, that was weird. And then it was funny, because Luke also said to Alex in the beginning of the episode, he was like, a ghost hug isn't the feel-good moment that you think it is. So, like, does that mean, like, they do feel people? Like, the people, like, feel them in a sense? Like, remember Reggie in, like, episode 3, he was like, I don't want to walk through Flynn, like, although, like, I don't know if Julie was messing with them, or, like, if, like, Reggie was actually like, I don't want to, like, walk through Flynn, like, you know what I mean? So, like, it's weird. It's, like, a whole thing that, like, they don't go too much into detail about, so it just makes you, like...
Yeah, think about it, but, like, I like it. I like that they inserted that, like, throughout the show, because we do see it a couple times. So I like it.
And I honestly thought when Ray walk through Reggie, I literally thought for a second, like, Reggie was gonna end up possessing him on, like, like, I was like, because it was just the way he, like, he was like, ugh. Like, he literally made that noise, like, the ugh. And I was like, hold up. I was like, what just happened? I was like, no one was like, talking about it, but, like, what just happened?
Yeah, that's true. But, and then going back to, how we were talking about the beginning in the ambulance, I went into this show kind of knowing a little bit because I got into it because of TikTok. So I knew a little bit about the show. But I had no idea that they were ghosts. So it was really funny.
Yeah. I had no idea.
It's so funny.
Mm-hmm. It took me so long to realize. My friend was like, how did it possibly take... She said, why would you think they're time travelers? And I was like, I don't know, but I thought the idea was, like, kind of stupid. I was like, wow, the stereo took them back in time. And all of a sudden, I was like, oh, they're dead. And I was like, oh, that... I was like, Taylor, like, that actually makes sense because it's called Julie and the Phantoms. And, like, that makes sense. And I was like, so why would they're, like, time travelers? Like, it doesn't even make sense.
That didn't register with me either because I thought it was Julie and a boy band named the Phantoms. So
yeah, like, I had no idea what the show was. I didn't even know it was on Netflix. I mean, I actually caught it, I think, a week after it aired because I know I watched it in September. I watched it like the end of September, but like it was just weird because I kept seeing the same thing over and over again on my TikTok. Like it was either an edit of Charlie Gillespie or it was, like, the same exact scene with, like... And that's also in episode 2 when, like, he goes in for, like, the kitchen. And he's like, where is the kitchen? I kept seeing that stupid little dip into the bed every, like, 3 videos. And I was like, okay, what is this? What is this? And I literally had to, like, search through all the videos' comments, like, to find what the show was even called. And I thought it was a movie. It was, like, a whole thing. And I was like, fine. I was like, I guess I'll watch it. I was like, I'm bored. I got nothing to do. And like I said, I thought it was a movie, so I didn't know it was a show until afterwards. Yeah. And then I was like, well, now I can't, like, not watch the whole thing. And I was like, because now I gotta see what happens, because she just played Wake Up, and now I gotta know what happens in episode 2. But then, like, episode 2 happened, and I just got completely hooked, like, from that episode. Just everything.
And then, even in that scene, we get, like, a bunch of, like, cute scenes with the hand, and then the girl stuff. I know everybody loves that scene.
Because it's just fun, because he's like, oh, okay, girl stuff. Like, there was also, well, like, that was, like, the first time, like, Alex was trying to pick up stuff, too. Like, they were all trying to pick out, like, just trying to, like, pick stuff up. And, like, that's when Julie was like, how can you, like, touch everything but, like, things? Like, you can mess up everything in my room, but, like, you can't pick up stuff. Like, and, like, that's when Reggie was like, look what I learned today, and like he just like fell backwards completely, and I was like,
yeah. The thing is with Ghost, that's the one thing I don't like, is like, oh, they can wear clothes, but they go through things, and then like they don't go through the floor, you know? That is the one thing I don't like about ghosting.
It's just like a weird thing. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, like the instruments I get, it's attached to their souls, but their clothes isn't floating clothes, and I don't think that their clothes is attached to their souls.
You know, it's so weird. It's so weird. I got nothing.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like, but other than that, like literally everything else is like perfect. So
sorry, I have a cat. It's like meowing at me.
That's like pretty much all I have. The only thing I have left is them at the school helping Julie because, you know, she was scared, and then when they disappear.
See, I think it's weird. I don't understand how because they didn't come with the instruments. It wasn't like they came ready to play, like, but I want to know I always wondered, like, when Bright happened, when she first started playing, did they all collectively go, hey, let's join her, like, to make her feel better, like, let's go on stage, and then because they can goof with their instruments, that's what they did? but like at the same time, was it their song that like it like automatically put them there, and like they weren't even aware that they
I like that. Yeah.
like, it never made sense because it they had any intentions on playing with her.
Mhm.
Like there was just no intention for it, but then like they were there, and like obviously it confused them because they were like, oh my god, people can see us, but like did like their song bring them on the stage like without them even knowing? Like it was like a gravitational pull almost.
Yeah.
Like what I always wondered,
because it is their song, so I feel like that would make sense.
right, and like obviously Julie has some type of like connection with them because she's like able to see them all the time, and like she makes them visible, which is like another thing that I don't completely get. Like, does she make them visible, or is it something with the songs that make them visible with Julie? Like I want to know like how connected could she be to make them visible?
Yeah.
In a sense? Like what?
Yeah, that's another thing that's very like questionable, because obviously I feel like most of us thought the Orpheum was gonna be their unfinished business, and we're like, oh, maybe Rose is just like a little part of why they're connected, but like that not being their unfinished business, and now we like are lost about what that really is and how they're actually like connected. I don't know, it's weird.
People are also saying they think that they did cross over because it's never really told what crossover means. Like, so no one really knows maybe they did, but like them crossing over, that's why they were like glowing. And then I saw one theory that was like really awesome, but they were like they became guardian angels.
That's cute.
And I was like, that is like the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, that one, I like that one.
Yeah. I haven't heard that one, but that is so cute.
I was like, that could make sense though, because like they glowed, you know, obviously they protect her, and like, you know, they play with her, they make her feel safe. Like that would also be like kind of perfect with it, you know. I like that theory a lot.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, I've heard that like, well, I guess they kind of said it that they're only visible with her, so I do hope that they talk about that in season 2, like why her, because like
there goes on the list of Alex's questions.
Yeah, well, no, because like they can only be visible when it's all 3 of them playing instruments and Julie, because I know a lot of people were saying that like Luke sang to Emily, but I don't think he did. Like,
well, no, because I mean it was known that like people can hear them, they just can't see them. Like that's why like when they played This Band Is Back, like everyone at the beach started dancing around. Which to be fair, if I started hearing people singing and there was like no one around, I would literally be like, what the fuck is happening? I would literally think I'm going insane. Like I'd be like, okay, I'm kind of digging the song, but like what is this? Like, you guys hear it too? Like, I would just be so confused. But, like, if people at the beach were, like, hearing it. But then I also thought, are people at the beach hearing, like, did they hear them sing? Or do they just kind of hear the instrument? Because, like, the guitar had, like, its own, like, beat pitch. But, like, the thing was, is because when Ray heard them, they weren't singing or anything. They were just playing the instrument. But, like, if they can play the instruments and people can hear them playing, it's just, do people feel that type? Like they can feel the song, or is it just like they can actually hear it, or are they like feeling the song? Because like, you know, Ray was like, I like that song you had on, even though like, did he actually hear it, or like did he like feel it almost? Because like in the first episode, he wants that connection with like everybody. So what that is like do people like feel their excitement singing This Band Is Back, so like they're dancing on the beach? And like the thing with Unsaid Emily though is like, because obviously Julie can like hear and see Luke, so like I would literally, that was like the toughest thing to watch too, because I was like, I can't imagine like trying to like sit there and like it's sad. She can't even really like, she can't like, she has to like hold it together though, because she's not reading it. So like, why would she be crying? Like, it wouldn't make sense, like,
Yeah,
at all. But, like,
exactly.
yeah, it's just like, oh my god, but, like, if Emily could hear Luke, oh my god,
Yeah.
that just makes me...
Yeah, I don't know, it's weird. So I think they can be seen with Julie, but like how they said in episode 1 that everybody can hear them.
Right.
So I think that's what it is, that they can hear them when they're playing instruments, but I don't think Emily heard him.
See, because I mean, I had like a whole thing when I was watching the show where I thought maybe it was a whole type of, you know, if you're connected, then maybe you're related in some way.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought like maybe somehow Rose was like related to one of the boys or something, and like that's why Julie could see them or something weird like that. Maybe Ray was, or you know, like it was like a whole thing in my mind where I was just like, maybe that's possible. But then like Luke didn't get to see his parents, like they didn't get to see him, and I was like, that like, oh, that hurt my heart. But like the thing was also is people were saying that they felt like Ray might be related to Reggie, but I was like,
oh yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah, cool theory, but like he would be able to be like, hey, that was like my family member from like 1995 that like died.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe Reggie wouldn't be able to tell because like Ray grew up, but like if they were like cousins or brothers or something, like I feel like Ray would be like, wow, that's my brother, or like, wow, that's my cousin. Like it would have hit. Like I'm still waiting for Emily to find their Edge of Great and be like, ma'am, this is my son.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, the thing is that they were gonna be huge, but to get to the Orpheum, they already had to be, like, at least popular. So the fact that nobody has yet to recognize them and be like, isn't that... I feel like I know them.
Like I thought that too, because, like... But, like, my thing was, too, is, like, when Bobby produced their songs, did, like... one say anything like, hey, that's Sunset Curves songs, like people try, and like everyone was just like, I don't even know what that is, like, you know what I mean? Like I wonder if that was a thing too, like where he took their songs and people were like, weren't you a part of a band called Sunset? Like that was Sunset Curves song. I was there, like I remember them playing outside of book clubs, like that kind of stuff, like, and like they played the strip and like all this stuff, like I feel like someone would just be like, that was Sunset Curves songs, like
well, and then even Emily, like, I want to know if she's ever heard My Name is Luke.
Oh,
you know? Like, did she ever, like, was like, what the hell? Like, my son's name is Luke. And, you know, something like that.
I want to know what My Name is Luke sounds like.
Yep.
Like, I feel like, how does Bobby produce a song? Well, Trevor, but like, how does he produce a song called My Name is Luke and like no one questions it at all?
Exactly.
Like, I would literally be like, what was the point of producing a song called My Name is Luke? Like, do you even know anybody named Luke? Like, that would literally be like the first thing that goes through my head. Like, wow, this song is kind of stupid because you're not Luke. Like, I just don't know how he got away with it. I think there was like a deal made or something.
Oh yeah,
like,
definitely.
With like past. Like I said, like I don't think it was Caleb. I think it was someone else.
Yeah.
Who that would be too.
Well, hopefully in season 2, when we get a season 2, we'll know more. Because that would be like, that's just such an interesting thing to think about. Like even just the songs.
Oh my god, yeah. Like it's just funny because I think. Like, personally, I kind of want to hear some more Sunset Curve songs, because, like, Now or Never was...
I do, too.
People also said, like, no one hears Bobby when he sings. Like, because Bobby did sing, like, his own solo part. Like, Alex and Reggie did, but Bobby did it. And, like, obviously that was for like, the show, because it's not really needed for Bobby to be having a solo act. But, like, it was just weird, though, because I was, like... How, like, does he sing that well that he was able to, like, pass through, like, Sunset Curve song? Because maybe he was just, like, pissed off at Luke for not letting him sing. Like, who knows? But it's funny, because when you watch behind the scenes and then we're, like, filming it, you can hear, like, the actor Taylor. Like, you can hear him. Like, he can sing. Like, when they were like harmonizing like the chorus, I was like, I can like hear his voice very like it was like very prominent. Like I can like really hear his voice, and I was like, oh, I was like, okay, I was like, well that. I was like, damn. I was like, honestly, I'd be a little pissed too. Like, gee.
It's like he deserved a little bit more. Like, you know.
Just a little something. But then like it would also make it a little bit more difficult for people to be like, how could like maybe like people are like, oh, like he didn't really like them or something.
Yeah.
But he took their songs. But like I feel like that's just not. I feel like there's just something that's like missing.
Yeah. I don't know, but I don't know. Like season 2, I just it has to, like it's gonna be so good. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just excited, and I hope we get it or an announcement just soon. Cause
oh my god, my friend sent me like a fake announcement that we got season 2. You're just cruel.
I saw a TikTok earlier, and it was like, we got a season 2, and I was about to start crying, and then I went into the comments, and everybody's like, this is fake, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I think literally all you can do about it is like, you can't trust anything that says season 2 unless the cast or Kenny Ortega says it themselves, or like the actual Netflix account posts it. Because like there's like other Netflix accounts or whatever that are posting that they're coming out, and it's like you can't say that if you're not an official Netflix account, because then everybody thinks it's correct. And it's funny because like I make jokes about it all the time on TikTok, like we're still waiting, and like people are like it was already announced, and it's like those aren't real.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like burst your bubble, but like those aren't real. Like. And it sucks because like I thought the first one with like the list thing was real because like, you saw like Emily in Paris and you saw like,
that's the one that I saw.
So I was like, oh, I was like maybe they were, and then like I was looking and I was like, there's no way the cast wouldn't be posting about it.
Exactly.
It's just not a thing that would happen.
Yeah.
They would be the first people on it, especially Maddie. Oh my god, Maddie will live out real quick. It would be like a whole thing. It's just. I hate that they're waiting so long. Like, I know we have to get one.
Yeah.
There's so many unanswered questions, especially with, like, Sasha, well, Nick. So, like, him getting possessed.
Yeah. But Sasha, let's talk about Sasha, because you love him. Oh, my God.
I'm just sick for Sasha. It's not even funny at this point. And then he has, like, the audacity to post those, like, Instagram TV he's just like playing songs real well, and I'm like,
sir.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm speechless. I'm really blushing right now. This is so bad.
Oh yes.
It's not fair.
That's hilarious. Oh, I love it. Make you blush.
I know. Literally, I'm out.
She's got the fedora out. Mm-hmm.
I'll have it handy, you know?
Just in case.
Just in case, you know? I mean, I'm gonna be, like, in my car one day, and I'm somehow gonna, like, be next to him at a stoplight, and you're just gonna, like, grab something out of my glove compartment, like...
It's like, I've been ready for my whole... Wow, I can't speak. I've been ready for this my whole life. Oh, my God. That's hilarious. And, like, it's funny because, like... Even just going back to Cameron and, like, your TikToks, I am such a huge fan. So it's, like, when I first was, like, I want to do, you know, the podcast episodes, I was, like, I have to have Taylor on. And, like, I think almost every episode, I've talked about you in it. Because, like, we're both, like, oh, did you see this? Or, like, something with Taylor or Cameron or, you know, something like that. Like, it's hilarious. So, like, I'm just going to say it. Like, everybody loves you, so... Yeah.
It's so weird to me that, like, things went so far with my videos, and, like, I don't talk about, like, writing stuff often, and it's funny because I always never really knew what to do for certain things, but, like, my friends always laughed because they were like, Taylor, you always have so many ideas that it's, like, insane. Like, I wrote, on, like, Wattpad, I wrote, like, a whole, like, Teen Wolf spin-off thing, just because, like, it was just, like, a thing that came in my head, and I was like, I gotta write something, and, like, I brought the Nagitsune back, obviously, but, like, I was like, it's just something that, like, I like doing, because I like writing it all together, because, like, I try not to think of it as, like, a book, I try to think of it as, like, a TV show, but I do, my ideas come out a little bit better than if I were to think of it as, like, a book, which is weird in a sense.
Yeah.
Because like in my head I'm thinking, what would happen in this episode completely, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But funny, because when I did the whole Cameron thing, I was not expecting anything to happen from it. Like, I couldn't believe how many people liked it, and I was like, that's so weird. And my friend was like, you're welcome, I made you post that. And I was like, you did make me post it. I was like, yeah, you definitely gotta thank you for that. Like,
yeah.
Because I was like kind of embarrassed about it too. Because it's like I said, like I know my friends follow me and stuff on like TikTok and stuff, and even people I'm not even like from, I just go to school with, like I know some of them follow me sometimes, and like it's so weird when they like pop up on stuff, and like it's even weirder if they like pop on my live, because then I'm like, you'll like literally see me pause like, and I'm so like like no, I don't like this, but it's literally so crazy to me. Like it's just nice knowing that like people actually like my ideas, like they like it, like it works, and it's like, okay, like I can work with this, like okay.
Yeah. Well, but anyways, thank you for being on this episode. And if you want to shout anything out or promote your TikToks or anything, you can go ahead.
Okay. I feel weird doing this. Okay, so my Instagram is Taylor_Espo. My TikTok's Taylor.Espo. They're really similar. But I mean, if you go to my TikTok, Taylor.Espo, there's like a link to like everything else, I feel like. So, you know, my Mophead's like in the description. I have like everything in the description. And there's like that little button thingy on TikTok where you press, and there's like the YouTube thing. I gotta start YouTube. I have so many ideas for videos, and I keep like saying I'm gonna start, and then I keep forgetting to. That would be my socials. Oh, and if you haven't already, go watch Julie and the Phantoms.
Facts.
And then tell your friends.
For this week's recommendation, I want to do a podcast shout out for Julie and the Podcasters. They are a group of phantoms. They do episode discussions of season 1. They talk about their favorite theories. They do a whole episode ranking the songs. They even take Julie and the Phantoms quizzes, and their newest episode comes out the same day as this episode does, so go and check them out. All their information will be linked in the description, and it will be on my Instagram if you want to go ahead and follow them on there as well. That's it for today's episode. If you like this podcast and want to hear more, subscribe anywhere you listen to your podcast. If you want to come talk to me about any shows or suggestions you want me to talk about, come over to my Instagram at FanGirl Talk Podcast or The 100 News. You can also follow me on my Fandom Twitter at Tazia's Lens. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts.